And you're live with the High Priestess Phoenix, your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, the Lilith reincarnated, here with your 10-day forecast. We're entering in a brand new energy for the 10-day forecast. I'm going to get all of them and put them out. I want to try something different today. For anybody new, in order to keep up with me, you would have to see what I posted, videos before this, shorts, and community page too. Hey, I want to point out something that came to me this morning. In any part of my intro, do I ever say I'm a tarot reader? No. You are a tarot reader. You are a tarot reader. I am an oracle. There's a huge big difference. Oh shit, this one came out right away. Hey, that's pretty. Alright, well that's our other card. I'm going to bring all the cards out. I want to show you how there's no such thing as, wow, she's really staring at me. We've never pulled her either. Okay. I want to show you how how everything comes together in synchronicity, even though it looks like random acts. That's what they said too. One random act of kindness can change the world. Okay, so anyways, I have this thing that I caught on to, that the 10-day energy, every 10 days, the Egyptian energy, which is an energy that lies very present in our current energy, changes. When that changes, so does Odin's, which makes sense because Odin is part of the, the 9 realms. You're missing a couple. Anyways, 12 realms, 9 realms. What about the 13th? Anyways, going into that, and then I also realized, or I also caught on to the Krishna energy changes with it. They all flow together. That's what I want to show you. I only pull these cards out together usually, unless there's this teaching that needs to be taught. Dude, he was at the bottom. We pulled him last week. I just shuffled and he showed up again. Would we rather take him or the scary guy? These are our choices, bro. We stay where we are. Fuck that. You know that guy? Intuitively, as soon as I got these cards, this guy right here, that guy right there, there's no coincidences. When I got these cards, people get pictures and they get images and they get feels out of their cards. As soon as I got that card, I kept turning it away. I was like, there's something about that guy, bro. That guy, bro. I don't like that guy, dude. I don't like that guy, dude. I don't like that guy. So in essence, do you want the guy I like or the guy I don't like? Let's go with the guy I like. This is really your choices. Do you want the guy you like or the guy you don't like? I don't like that guy. Then don't take that guy. Alright, I won't take that guy. Alright, so those are our 3. And then also, throw something extra. These are the next level tarot. Notoria. We'll see what the actual energy and the flow of the life is going on. Ooh, look at that one. So I want you to see it all, and then we put it all together. Hey, bro, maybe we did need the bad guy for that one. It's death. Oh, we did need the bad guy. Damn, bring back the bad guy. Really, I knew we weren't going to stay in the energy. You just wanted to. It's like, oh. He was at the top of the deck because we had... I mean, it's just synchronicities. We need the bad guy. Sometimes you just need your bad guys. Come on, bad guy. He's not really that bad. He just gave me a bad feel. Like most of the bad guys in my life. Oh, Lord. Alright, going back to it. Oosh, oosh, oosh. Let's start all from the beginning and make it all make a sense. Make it make sense for them, Lord. What are they going through the next 10 days? You're going through healing. That's where it all starts. 10 days of healing. What is healing? Imagine, bro, you just got shot down. Tell them I just got shot down. I turned right to it. Piercing through my soul. Alright, Sawi Seret. Children of the sheep. I know, you're the children of God, and he's taking you through a healing process right now. You are his sheep, right? I am his shepherd. Alright, carnelian and gold. Well, they're not here, but they're here. All right, healing can be a painful process. I told you, this isn't a good feel. It doesn't feel good to heal. And it don't look good either. It's like, oh, you know, if you get a nose job, bro, you're not going to look so good after. Before you get your teeth done, they got to rip your teeth out. Speaking of which, I'm getting my teeth done. That's really what I should be. That's what we're doing today is fucking shit we don't want to do. Fucking dentists and shit. I need to get some glasses too. Going back to it, it's like, it's not a good feel. Like you just overcame death or something. And now you got to wait for your body to heal. And it doesn't feel good healing. Not at all. Hold still. This is going to hurt. That's what that looks like. Do you see that? Hold still. I see major pain. Want me to show you a little trick to take your mind off the pain? He breaks your finger and makes you focus on that instead of whatever else. Yeah, that's kind of, sounds like God. Healing can be a painful process as evidenced by the procedure depicted on this card. The procedure. He's opening your fucking third eye. Ugh. However, the pain will subside and give way to the strength and rejuvenation. Meaning you guys were sad for like 10 days and now you got to go through the healing. Emotional pain is often slower to recede than physical pain. And that's it too. Your body be okay, but you'd be like not okay about it. Sometimes it's the opposite, dude. You can accept it faster and your body's just like, I cannot go on living like this. It's a trinity, bro. The mind, the body, and the spirit. Your spirit's trying to tell your mind and your body what to do. And your mind and body only does what it wants to do because it's controlled by the mind. So it's like you're trying to take over the mind, but you can't take over. It's an ugly thing. It's a hostile thing if you try to do that. So in the essence is you build a relationship with your mind, your body, and your spirit individually. You know what I mean? You realize that your mind is controlling how your body, what your body will do. So you need to tell your mind what to tell your body to do. It does things out of just repetition. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to slap this person right now. It could be severe. It could, or you just always smart off. Like, stop smarting off every time you see that person, bro. It's just programming. You can stop doing this. No, but you don't know. I don't care why you keep doing it. Just try something different and see what happens. Here's a good example. This is the stupidest one that ever happened to me. I have these neighbors that live downstairs. In pants. Don't go too far. You got your phone so you can call for help? No. Okay. Anyways, I had these neighbors downstairs and they would always park. Okay, so their door was right next to my parking spot. So people would pull up. They had lots of fucking traffic. Not that kind of traffic, just family traffic. Just traffic, bro. The aunties and the Theos and their friends from work and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They'd always pull up behind a bitch, dude, and block my car in. And it became a pattern that I was just irritated. I wasn't going nowhere. But it became this huge thing, like when I want to go somewhere, it's going to be a fight. So I just start the fight before the fight ever happened. And it was just a fight inside myself. I got tired of it. I would ask them nicely, and then I would scream at them. Then I would do all these things, right? So then it happens, right? It's like, I'm pulling in, and I've got to ask them. I'm like, come on, I don't want to do this, bro. Fuck. So I asked them to move the car. And I'm like, God, they're just going to do it, keep doing it. And God tells me, the silliest shit ever. He said, all right, you park your car like they do behind your car. Because I had two cars. I had one in my garage and then one I parked outside of my garage, and people would park behind the one outside of my garage. He's like, all right, this is what you're going to do. Don't pull your car in where you normally park it. Leave that space open and park like they do so nobody can park behind you. He's like, you got to match their stupidity. You've tried to meet them with kindness. You've tried to meet them with anger. None of it works. Stupid recognizes stupid. They're stupid and they won't stop doing it. So be stupid like them and take away their power. And I did it and I explained to him. God told me to do this because he says this will work. I have to be stupid like you guys because I've done everything else. This is some stupid shit that you guys park like this. But I got to show you how stupid it is if there was a car there. And then it became this open space and I just park like an asshole all the time, sideways, with my other car in my garage. You wonder why they hated a bitch. But in the essence of patterns and becoming aware of them and just trying something different to try to break the pattern. After, like, I don't know, I made it a pattern to park like that, and then I broke the pattern and they didn't do it anymore because they never knew if I was gonna park like that. You know what I mean? So I just did it for, like, I don't know, a while. It's in my videos. Emotional pain is often slower to recede than physical pain, but it is an important part of the healing process to acknowledge the existence of emotional hurts that can lie buried deep in your soul. That's what we do all day. We pick up subconscious wounds and heal them so that we can go forward. They're holding us back in life. We don't even know it. Subconscious patterns and wounding is keeping us in these matrix states of mind where you're just doing what you always do because you don't know what to do. You've never tried to do anything different. You're afraid of different. So you do these patterns. All right. The core message of this card is that you're going to improve if they have not started to already. Let's see. Immediately following the sadness of Seret deacons comes the healing of, here we go again, Sawi Seheret. Sawi Seheret. Okay, it looks like it. Some of them don't look like it. The children of the sheep. An eye surgery to remove the cataract, one of the earliest documented medical procedures, is depicted on this card, but healing comes in many forms. Emotional healing is just as important as physical healing, and both are frequently necessary. And that's it too. Once you do the emotional healing, it fucks up your body, and then you need to physically heal. And that's just it. You spend a lot of that's all I am. Your spiritual healer and teacher. Shaman, meaning I go out and I get the messages from the spirits. Shaman, a seer, I see the spirits, the future, the past, the present, the future. Oracle, I see what's coming. I can tell you what the future, what law is in the future. Mystic, they think that's very mystical. Ooh, yeah. Well, that's more of the witchy shit I do, which I have to get ready for a full moon ceremony and all kinds of shit's coming up at me. It's coming at me! Anyways, you can't do that at the KOA. I just want to point that out. I said that earlier. Why are they driving like this? These planes are making hardcore turns, and I don't know why they're turning so hard, but if I was in there, I'd get motion sickness right away. Like, what the fuck? Why are we making such a... I don't know. Anyways, doesn't look like a comfortable ride. Going back to your healing, dude, is like, dude, you get knocked down, but you get up again. Meaning, if you went to a therapist and they pulled out some really dirty shit, dude, you're going to pull yourself together before you leave there, but it's still going to fuck up your body. You're going to be wore out from that situation, dude. Just living that memory, just going into it. You don't get to be like me without waking up and doing that shit 5-6 times a day, starting at 4 a.m. in the morning with Kobe Bryant, busting your balls. It's extremely important. We do it all the time. The Deacon week, and when are we going to do it again? Oh, we're still recovering. Obviously, I hit a fucking roadblock yesterday. And I already accepted it right away, and I told everyone my new reality. I told Ray today. Well, I'm rhyming. I can hear it. But I was like, and even his friend came by, and I was like, look, I got way ahead of myself. And he's like, well, I was like, I could hook up a trailer. I could hook up a pop-up to my car, can I? He said, yeah, you could pull a pop-up all day, every day. I was like, all right, we're going back to the beginning. Remember, I could get a pop-up for like $500. I can put a fucking hitch on my car. All we needed was a little more space and basic facilities. That's all we needed. I was trying to put it in a special place with a big-ass house and a job and a fucking career and all this shit. If I can do that, then we can still continue our destination. We can go up and have our little vacation in fucking Seattle and fucking Alaska for the summer. And then what? If we come back to the same situation, or we can, upgrade the situation. But ultimately, that's what it is. Just want to point that out. I had an ego death yesterday myself. Did you witness that? That was a great one. I catch them on, dude, I catch it on camera, bro. That's what makes me so unbelievable. It's like, I do it, but then I walk you through what just happened, bro. Because I can tell you what's happening, why it's happening, but it needs to just happen. And that's where you guys sit there and you die inside of your skin. Somebody just said something to you that's triggered you, and you won't allow anything to come out of you until it just destroys you inside and out. You sit there quietly and you don't allow your emotions to flow with your words and try to figure out what is inside of you and learn how to harness this. Instead, you've been repressed. You have a backbone. In that backbone is all of your fucking power, which is your chakra system. If we go back to what makes you, me as Isis and stuff, what can I do to bring you back up to life? I heal your chakra system, dude. We pull all the darkness and all that shit. I realign your spine so you can stand tall. where you're fucking wearing the crown that was given to you by the Most High all the way to your root chakra, to the ground. But we got to go through it, all of it, bro. Cleaning out your chakras, which is pretty much it. So, you know, we're trying to empower you. The world has disempowered you. We're trying to re-empower you. You know what I mean? Empower you by your enlightenment. But first, we have to take off everything that the world put on you, so that you can be whole again. We have to break you to be whole again, bro. Who's we? Well, you know, I would say it was God, but obviously I'm in on it, and I'm here with it, and I'm guiding you through it, so I say we. Instead of he, it's we. I'm part of it. I'm a big, huge part of it. There's other pieces out here. There's other players out here that are doing the same, trying to break that ego down and trying to get you back to God. There's those that are teaching religion that'll teach you about the God that we're trying to get you to, and they'll limit your ability to reach that God until you're not worthy. That's not what we do over here. And the healing here is pretty much mental. We do a lot more mental and emotional healing than anything, but it does have its physical effects, and I got to teach you how to take care of your body too. Why this is all happening to you inside, what happens to your outsides. This Deacon Week in the Egyptian calendar begins with the festival of Amhotep, number 1, or the first. The pharaoh who was defied after his death in recognition of his positive works he completed during his reign. An important document and created under the auspicious Amenhotep in 1550 BCE was Eber's Papyrus, a 110-page treatise on medicine that forms a basic and modern knowledge about ancient Egyptian medical practices. Why did we take out your organs? Because they were connected to your chakras. They held your soul inside of there. Think about it, bro. Why do they ask women for their placentas? They want to understand the life-giving substance. Even back then, dude, you think they were literally geniuses, bro. They didn't create weapons, but they did. Their minds were weapons, bro. Look at the freaking, you know what I mean? Look at the freaking imagery and down to, you know, the scientry and stuff. And that's why people study the ancient tribes. It's like, how could they be so smart, but yet so uncivilized? We were a civilization of our own, guided by the gods that we knew. We weren't just born smart. We were intact with the ground and the earth. There wasn't, you know what I mean? There was no division. The power came from the understanding. And that's why they were great visionaries and great people. They weren't just cows. They weren't cattle like you, bro. But then you go back to how they did look at, you know what I mean? Then you go back to the slavery, and it's like they were cattle. There's always been this kind of thing. There's always been supremacy. In all time and space, there's always been supremacy, even down to Jesus, bro. The churches thought themselves better than Jesus. And none of the churches had that power that Christ had. And he was giving that power to people, bro, and they were witnessing it, and they were fucking scared. If there was ever a witch hunt, bro, he gave the power. All of the prophets could have the visions, bro. They could heal people. They could set people free, where people were like literally dead on the curb, and they could make them have life again and live good lives in faith and in hope. They were good people. It was like he took bad people and made them great. Bad people and made them great. One of the greatest stories is Paul. Did you hear what happened to Paul? He just switched, bro. But the story was unbelievable too, of why he switched. And you can't deny that. God has come to me, bro, with great visions and great works. And he wants me to lead his people. Going back to St. Patrick, this is his time, and I'm really getting excited about reading about him. And I don't know how to put his whole story into just a bit. But and the truth is, the story only starts with him. And it goes on to the Crusades about how this Christianity spread over there and took out all of paganism, you know, pagan beliefs. But it was the pagans that had the power of the gods. Christianity didn't. They took God's word and they weaponized it, bro. They took Jesus's word and weaponized it. And literally that's what they did. Going back to my own fucking biological, you know, blood. I'm part of the Spaniards that came, the Crusaders that came and hit Guatemala. All in the name of, you know what I mean? From the Roman Catholics and all that, the Spanish Inquisition and all of that shit, bro. It was all in the name of fucking religion. And it was true. Like, they could prove that that's the truth, dude. If you tell them that what Jesus did and how we all know that Jesus had these powers, then why wouldn't you pray to Jesus? Now, what I show you is, I show you that Buddha was Jesus, that Melchizedek was Jesus, that all of these religions practice Jesus. So why don't you become respectful to these? You know what I mean? It becomes unity. And that's what they did. They weaponized it. And that's what St. Patrick showed. He went to learn their gods, not to force his God, but to spread his God as awareness too. Look at the God that we represent. We'd like you to know our God. That's all it was ever supposed to be. Not you're going to be persecuted by our God. Our God's going to get you. You're a devil and you're this. No, that came later. But it was like, let me tell you about this new God. And that's all it was. Tell everyone about what you've seen. These are amazing days. A man was able to heal the dead. He came back to life. He set the people free in the spirit. Right? Going back to Egyptians and a lot of the pagans or the ancestral tribes, they had that religion. They had what I have. They had that connection with the spirits. Most of them did, and they were placed in high place, and they would, as I do, deliver the messages from the gods to the people, and confirm it with the workings of the land, and pray. You know what I mean? Heal the people, heal the land, take care of the animals. That's what we were called to do all the time. It's a long line of it. So during this week, it was, also said, you guys good? Modern knowledge and Egyptian medical practices, they were geniuses, bro, and that's where they're trying to go back in ancient history and understanding. Going back to Gaia, they're trying to understand. We knew by the frequencies of music, levitation, we knew more than you could ever. Where did we get that knowing? From the things you don't believe exist. The things that were here before you. We sat like I do, and you can see everything beyond the land. And we didn't deny what we were seeing because all of us could see the same things. Spell 46 of the pyramid text proclaims that the deceased is a child of the sheep with the power of the sheep deacons. You stand among the gods with 2 horns on your head like 2 wild bulls, for they are indeed the black ram, son of the black sheep, born of the bright sheep, suckled by the 4 sheep mothers. Well, amen to us black sheep. Have you ever felt like you were the black sheep? You're part of a royal bloodline of black sheeps that stood apart, but yet we're unified with the gods. Amen to you, and breaking your freaking generational curses and not trying to fit into your family and into your cultural beliefs and trying to fit in. Amen to you. All of you that are like me and that were created in such a way of rebellion. God created you in rebellion, so you could rebel. At first you rebelled against him, and he probably knew that was going to happen, but then you became rebellious, and you stand with the gods. Okay? Sawi Seret, I don't know. Deacon presents numerous opportunities for ritual work. As a natal force, it brings the cooling, pleasant north winds, and I'm facing the north, that push the harmful southern winds away. It can also calm fighting. Hold on one second. Apologies, my kids want to fucking fight over some stupid shit. So I took their phones and I sent them on their fucking way. Fucking assholes. Are you going down there where I told you not to go?
Where?
Over there to that scary place?
No.
This is tied up like that. You can't take this one. Use the other one.
It's already untied.
It's not.
It is.
Ugh. Don't give me your attitude. Anyways, ritual work. The northern winds, listen, brings cool, pleasant north wind that pushes the harmful southern winds away. It's in the 70s. Yesterday it got so hot I was getting a suntan. I can feel it right now. I had to actually get in the car. It got into 70 degrees. So it's going to be like that for the next couple days. And then Friday, which I project is probably the closest to the full moon. And during this full moon is supposed to be an eclipse and all kinds of other shit. Those are ritual energies that shift shit. Anyways, as a natural force, it's going to bring the cooling, pleasant north winds. By this Friday, it's supposed to drop down to like the 50s, and even we might even been in a hotel. It's supposed to bring a bunch of snow, and that's why I said we can't be driving into fucking, into weather. It can also calm fighting between religious factors, especially inside of a church or temple. Well, that could be inside of yourself, dude. You're fighting your own self because you are the temple, and the religious factors come into play when you're fucking with me, because you were taught not to fuck with me and that not to fuck with anything do. But now you might have to be the black sheep and walk away too. It's hard. I had to have those moments outside of before I became spiritual, when I decided I was getting a divorce. That was my own, you know what I mean? I've had to have those moments where I became forgiving to the LGBTQ. Now, going back to it, something earlier, this guy is like, he was telling me a story, and he's all these two fucking faggots. He's like, apologies. I was like, I come from a generation where we use that word, dude, and usually it's not even directed at actual homosexual men. He's all right? I was like, I usually direct it at very straight men because they find it weak. I was like, yeah, right, and that's what we were talking about. And why am I bringing this particular thing up? Oh, that, because of church and stuff, church tells you what is right and wrong, who you should be friends with, how you should act, and if God will accept you the way that you are. And again, like Jesus, I'm proclaiming Jesus' word that God loves you just the way you are. He's created you this way. He knows that you can be better, but he forgives you because you don't know what you're doing. And I'm here to help you with this self-healing and awareness, self-enlightenment journey, so you can understand that self, forgive yourself, and understand your true worth and worthiness, and power and love from God. Take you back to God, bro. Right? But yeah, there's a lot of fight when dealing with me and your religious upbringing. It's going to come up, especially inside the church or temple. For healing rituals, call upon Amen Hoptet. This card should be used together with Deacon number 5, which has actual tomb art depicting the defied pharaoh. For detailed information, blah 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 blah. So yeah, there's a lot going on here in the healing department. So that's cool. How are you feeling? I'm healing. Are you feeling like you're healing? I feel like I'm healing. Write that down, Holy Spirit. So we're jamming. Kids don't look so good. They're just fighting over some shit. I don't know. They're excited about nothing. You know how that goes. All right, let's check out our other cards. We got Yama. Yama is the Lord of Death. He teaches you the knowledge of the law, righteousness in action, overcoming the fear of death, a steadfastness in the face of judgment. Everybody's judging you. You have to stand tall in your fucking convictions of where you stand. I made this video yesterday. I made a whole video last night and I didn't upload it because something came out in the woods where we stay, and I showed everyone and I was like, oh my God, there's something down there. Do you see it? My daughter thinks it was a deer, and that makes sense because it was so big it freaked the shit out of me when I was making this video. Freaked the shit out of me. In the middle of this video, this big ass thing is like 20 feet away from me, and I can't tell what it is because it's dark and I ain't got my glasses on, and I'm telling you about the moon and all the colors and how pretty it is. So I didn't upload it, but it started with healing, and it started with, you know what I mean, taking off shame. God put me in this, and I was so ashamed of what God put me in, and I had to wear it, bro. I had to wear it proudly, and I said that in my video. It's like, not only did I have to wear it, but I had to turn to the man that I already thought that would be ashamed of me in my beginning stages, and like ask him to accept me the way that I am. And in doing that, whether he did or didn't, I learned to accept me the way I am, and that there's nothing wrong with me or the situation that God asks of me. I myself found it shameful, and I understand why others did, because it is a programming. But going back to it, it's like, he took my biggest fear and he made it my reality, and I overcame my biggest fear and had kept my head held high. And I did what was asked despite everybody, you know what I mean, and their fucking judgment. Whatever God puts me through doesn't change who I am. And in the sense of it does, it makes me better. But it doesn't make me a worse person. It makes me stronger. So in the steadfastness in the face of judgment, it's like, I'm not ashamed that I've had to live in my car for 4 months. I've gone through a very humbling experience through God in the last 4 months. You know what I mean? My biggest fear, he took me through, and I went through it, and we made it through it just fine, and we made it comfortable. And we made it to where now, having faced that fear, we can fix this car and go anywhere. You're not going to make us feel bad if all we have is our car, because that's all we ever had. And we can live in that shit fucking wonderfully. But in the sense of we just need a little bit more. And that's what I said. We'll get us a little trailer, dude, and we could stop on the side of the road and pop that bitch up and have our beds, our cookware, our toilet, electricity, good to go. Good to go? Fucking good to go, dude. Good to go. We'll have our little porta potty, shit like that. We already know how to live on the, you know what I mean, on the road. And that's what I said, tying myself down to something that I can't even, the bigger one would be bigger is better, always. But I don't need better. I just need a little bit more. A little bit more will make everything better, and we can keep going wherever, you know what I mean, wherever we can. That in the sense of I can take my trailer and we can go anywhere. We don't have to necessarily go to these national parks and stuff, but that makes sense. Go camping in Alaska for the summer. And again, my car can do it. All I gotta do is fix my car up a little bit, and we're gonna freaking take this adventure. But I gotta wait on God, the weather. He's not done. Spring is the worst time. He's very deadly in the springtime. So I'm not really sure what he'll have us do. But in the sense of it's vacation. It's a family vacation is what he's taking us on. Where's the destination? Because that's what it is. The destination isn't home. Home is where the heart is. We are home. We make home everywhere we go. And that's why we're going to get just a little bit more space to make it a little bit more comfy. But, there's much to discover. More adventures to be had, and what was limiting was finances. Money just makes you feel comfortable. You don't have to worry. I didn't get up and do anything. I got up, first thing I did was go and tell him I had his money, and if he wanted to walk with me to the ATM. He said, I'll drive you so you don't have to get all of that money. And I gave him $300 that I owed him off the fucking top. That's all I did. I bought a coffee for both of us. And then my son right now, some breakfast. The kids are like, what are we doing today? I'm going to reach out to this place and get a window, but I got to wait till he comes back to put it in. Because my window's out, that's bullshit. And then he has a discount and he says he can do my tires. Why not just sit around and let him take care of the shit? And meanwhile, I can start, just sit here. It's not terrible. We've already made it like a lifestyle. It's like we can hang out for a little bit longer until this kind of figures itself out. And then even just getting the pop-up makes it more convenient until God says it's time to go. And that's what we're going to do. So, just want to show you that it's like the healing is like staying still. And I pulled the cards earlier. I wanted to know just for myself. And I pulled stay in the here and now. And that's all God said. Stop worrying about what tomorrow. Don't worry about yesterday. Just what are you going to do today? And I told the kids we're going to do fucking laundry. And I'm going to fix the car. But he had to go take care of this other guy. He's going to follow him up with his trailer up to his spot. And then he'll be back later and we're going to do all of this shit. So I'm going to get everything ready. And then we'll get all the parts and stuff. Maybe not get it all. We have more sunlight. That was the cool thing about daylight savings. It was still, bright later. So that's all I'm trying to do. And then I can get I was telling my son is we can put a hitch on my car. That could take a couple of hours, but you could do that at U-Haul or wherever. And then I could get a cheap little pop-up, and then we can kind of go from there. I don't want to put too much on my card because, you know what I mean, we still want to go lots of places and do lots of things. Adventures to be had. So overcoming the fear of death, which is the ending of things I look at. Righteousness in action, knowledge of the law, steadfastness in the face of judgment. Lots of people want to tell me how to live my life and what I should be doing, I'm sure, but nobody's going to tell me shit. What? You owe your sister an apology, and you're not going to keep doing this. She's not right for hitting you, but at what point is she going to, like, you know, she told you to fucking stop. I don't even know what she told you to stop. Huh? Okay, well, you can't just force yourself if somebody says no, bro. That's what happens. I mean, it's not. We're going to have a talk too, but there has to be some kind of consequence. I'm not okay with her hitting you, but what the fuck was she supposed to do? You kept pushing yourself on her. So, you're not right, and neither is she. So that's why both of you got fucked off. Fuckers. She slapped him, and I'm real big about don't put your fucking hands on him, but at the same time, he won't fucking listen to nobody. No. Bro, if you don't fucking, I'm gonna throw your ass out this car right fucking now, bro. I said, he likes to say no to someone. He's like 4 years old again. Like, no. What the fuck you mean, no? Vulva. And some cool thing. And okay, again, she said it was deer down there, which is true. We're like in such open land, and it makes sense. All the bunnies and everything running around last night. I need to put Yama away. And he's just the Lord of Death. Endings, bro. Endings. I saw that too. My cards led up. I did a tarot read, and it ended up with, you know, let things come to an ending. And that's where the beginning is. Where the fuck are these cards go? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to put these cards away. Okay. Odin's cards. The Vulva and... I'm just like... Sorry. As soon as I said it, I saw Odin and the whole life story. I was like, no, right now, bro. I don't want to tell that whole story. Let's start with this one. Alright, Elhaz, or Elaz. Protection, elk, mirror. Elhaz is the rune of protection. The elk is a powerful animal and keeps the energetic field around you safe. Historically, the symbol of Elaz is the antlers of the elk, which are carved into the spears by Norse men as a sign of protection and victory. This rune addresses the spiritual warrior and the mirror that reflects our inner self. The battle is always within yourself. The battle of the mind, guys. Elaz encourages you to survey the land, to know your perimeters and whence the danger may come. If you draw this card, Elaz is protecting you. The reverse indicates that you need to become aware and take responsibility for your safety. Your defenses may be down, putting your physical health, immune system, and spiritual resilience at risk. As a spiritual warrior, you must remember that no one is going to do the work for you. Winning or losing is not the point. Look into the mirror and see the spiritual warrior reflected. Embrace your journey, guys. Be like the elk and protect your energy. We talked about that earlier. You know, with the awakening comes the energetic vampires and all this shit, bro. They don't want you to go forward without them. They can see you're changing, bro. They can see it. And they're gonna, like, do everything to, you know what I mean, to bring you back. That's that devil card. They're gonna try to tempt you back. And with this Mercury retrograde is you're gonna slide into your back, you know, you're gonna backslide is definitely what the energy says. And with the with Venus, which is love and you know, the love side of it, it's really gonna hurt you because you're in the dark side of it. You're really being pulled back to your old ways. I agree. It's hard. I sat there like this morning, like not wanting to accept it. Like, no, just get a trailer and go make this happen. I had to speak more of it, dude. I had a reality that it made me give up yesterday. Real fucking fast, bro. In the middle of the day. And it's like, fuck, I gotta do what they say. And we're rhyming. Okay, let's talk about the vulva. Not the realms. And then, I guess, the shaman. That's why I didn't say anything. That's me. The vulva is the female shaman who is often accompanied by the raven and lives a solitary life. She has the visions and carries a staff that wields magic. It's funny because I was looking at my staff yesterday. It's in the back of my trunk. The vulva practices Seer, a form of magic and divination that the goddess Freyja brought to the Seer. She performs magic in Midgard, which is here, using her wand to influence battles among men. Odin consulted the vulva, asking about the future of the gods. Vulva knows what is to come and carries the burden of that. If you pick this card, you may be uncertain which path to take. The vulva suggests that you trust your intuition. Many opportunities will come to fruition, but the way of the shaman requires you to humble and be honest with yourself and others. Prepare for initiation. You are pursuing the path of the shaman. That's where they're taking me, bro. They're taking me into the unknown. It's like, and that's what the kids say. What the fuck is in Washington? I don't know. I asked her, and that's what I said to my son. What the fuck was in Arizona? We gotta follow. Yeah, it's literally, don't go where you know. I'm asking you to go into the unknown. And then once I get up there, I told you, it's a brand new activation. I'm stepping into, you know what I mean? A new spiritual realm. And why? Because I fought all fears to get there. You know how many fears it's going to take to go there? How many years and tears and fears I had to fight to get here? What's here? I don't know, but it's going to be a blessing and much lessons. If you draw this card, the universe is putting you on notice that you have misused your power. The responsibility it takes to be a shaman was only granted to the priestesses and reserved for those born with these gifts. Back to you tarot readers. You're a tarot reader. Nothing more, nothing less. You cannot see the future. You only see your pain and your suffering in the fucking past. And I hit Wolfman with that. You feel better? I talked to him and I talked to you, and as soon as I'm done, we'll talk. But I'm not done. I told that to Wolfman in his video. I was like, I listened to his stupid Sagittarius video, and he's like, oh, I don't give a fuck, and I don't give a fuck, and he's always like, I don't care, but I'm going to tell you what to do. And I said in his comments, I was like, bro, you know how to seduce a woman, not how to keep one. How are you going to tell us how to have a relationship? But he likes the power of telling you how to, have what he doesn't. And none of them do. Just saying. Whether you're a shaman or you think you're a shaman, and that's his friend says that he's a shaman. Being powerful does not always mean that you possess the gifts of the vulva. When you misuse power, it always comes back to you, no matter how much you feel you're in the right. There needs to be a check on your motivation, jealousy, resentment, and anger. And that's where it said they're going to catch them under the this lunar eclipse, bro. The vulva is warning you to center yourself and ask for guidance. Meaning anyone that uses magic, they use it for all the wrong reasons. And they don't have any power. They really don't. They can't see anything but their own fucking selfish desires, passions. Anyways, you need God. You don't need Givenchy, you need Jesus. So says Jack. That was a good one. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. We got another card. The Death. Who's that's name? Payel? Okay, sure. These are really intense tarot cards in the sense of it's not. It is, but it isn't. It's all cards put together in one. What's the number? 56. Poyel. God who sustains the universe. Oh, it comes with an invocation. Alivet domines omnes qui corrunt et origit nomis Elisos. Okay, sure. I hope that was right in serving. This angel infuses energy, talent, regeneration, and support into whatever work we decide to do. This must follow an apprenticeship during which we eliminate all the DOS that weighs us down. Told you, got to break you down to make you whole. Analyze this new field and all its energies by bringing them into our conscious, thus creating a synthesis that will form the architecture of our great work, which will manifest in us. Only excessive haste and ambition could lead us to neglect and proper procedural steps, thus leading to finality and failure. Ooh. Let's say that again for those that weren't listening. Only excessive haste, holding back, ambitions could lead us to neglect and the proper procedural steps, thus leading to finality and failure. All right, the chorus is the principalities. It's the death card. You're in your moon energy. Imposter syndrome. Erotesic is the three of swords. Heartbreak, sorrow, ouch, ew. All right, we're going to end on one more card, and I'm not going to read it because these be like the longest cards of our lives. These are the cards of our lives. You want to buy one card and live your life on it.
Can I pick one?
Sure. Do it in front of the camera because they like to see the nonsense. Look, there's no power until you realize that it's all, all of it comes together. Here, pick one.
Oh, I thought you were just showing.
No, I'm telling you to pick. Anyway, there's a bunch of them in there. What'd you get?
Smiling heart.
A smiling heart. That sounds like a good one. Put that down. As they're doing open heart surgery to you right now and trying to open up your heart so that you can walk in your heart and not in your mind.
It just leads to the...
To those manholes?
No, to the...
I see a lot of people over there.
Train.
A train?
The train tracks.
That's dangerous.
And then there's a whole big fence there with someone...
Is there an actual...
It looked like a T.
Ooh, I got radical trust. Radical trust. That's what God's asking of us, Amelia. Radical trust. A million... Or a smiling heart. A million. A smiling heart. Predators. What? Yeah. Go sit in the front seat. He's tired and cranky.
I've already sat in the front seat all day.
Okay, just for a minute then. Come sit out here with me. Surprise! Surrender. Swimming. Synchronicities. Just keep swimming. Talisman. Wait a minute. What are we looking for? Does it start with A? It should be smiling, right? There we go. Damn, this is a long-ass one. On 266. Finding self-love and acceptance, a happiness inside that makes our heart smile. Taking the journey into the inner heart. Finding the meditation or doorway through the clouds. Into the shining sunshine of our true heart and soul. The spilling out of heart energy and intuitive awareness and boundless compassion. Sharing our love and joy. Finding peace and contentment through the heart connection. Meditation in conventional and non-conventional forms as a pass key. Some of us already experienced the contentment of a smiling heart, and most of us are still searching for that feeling and want to learn to sustain it. What if we don't feel like shining yet because we don't love and honor ourselves enough? That's it. Are you ready to be seen? No, I don't like myself yet. They're not going to like me. I don't give a shit. Hey, don't eat that. What if we feel a core melancholy and longing for a center of our being in our hearts? Is this subtle, energetic hum of melancholy the truth about who we really are? What if this longing we feel is really the longing for self-love and truth? We are in love with ourselves and others. We are in love with the whole world. This is not the self-love of ego, arrogance, or selfishness. Meaning, I fucking love my life. I love my car. I love my wife. I love this shit. Yeah, because it's all good. But if your car wasn't working and your wife wasn't working and your house isn't working, then you're not going to love it so much. It's very surface level. It is the love that we feel when we recognize the spark and essence of miracles inside us. We are all sacred part of the miracle and mystery of life. This longing to have a smiling heart may mean that we are ready to leave behind what is no longer necessary in our lives. Unhealthy clutches or habits thinking that keeps us stuck. What if there is more? I made a whole hour video about it. The whole question was, how do you feel about Russ? Nothing. I feel closure. And that's where it said. It's like, the longing of the smiling heart may mean that we already have left what is no longer necessary in our lives. Unhealthy crutches or habitual thinking that keeps us stuck. What if there are no more illusions in our life and we can imagine? If this is true, our existential melancholy may be there only to push us deeper into ourselves and to find what is hiding our happiness and joy. Some people say no matter what, they can't muster up any self-esteem, love, or respect for themselves. Perhaps they have been looking in the wrong places, looking outside validation from a partner, parents, peers, their job, or their bank book. Again, sifting through the ashes of illusion, we may be looking for a nugget of gold that isn't there. Meditation can take us through the doorway to the inner heart of self-love. Meditation sometimes bring up uneasy feelings. We might find it boring at first. We are a stimulus-addicted society. We may think, just sit here and do nothing. I'd be restless. Sometimes I am. I've been doing it for so long that sometimes I am. Sometimes. Other times, that's all I want to do. Most time, that's all I want to do. I'd be wasting time. I'd fidget. I'd worry. All these things can happen at the beginning, but meditation is really a pilgrimage into inner altar of what is sacred inside of us. It is the place where we find the Creator and the creation joined. It is an exciting journey into the inner space. All kinds of phenomenon can arise along the way, but it is important to remember that all phenomenon are temporary and illusion. Things come and go. We don't pay them much attention. Our dreams and concerns of last year, those things which tied our stomachs in knots, are now at least half forgotten. Meaning that would be Russ all the way. That was a whole year or 2 years of him having my stomach tied in knots. Every time I'd see his face, I felt some kind of way. That's what I told him yesterday. I said, show your face. Let's see how I feel. I feel nothing. I had questions, but based on what you're showing me, you answered all my questions. Like, where are you at in your healing journey? Nowhere. He's about to go release an album like he always is. Okay, all my questions are answered. Why bother? The difference is, that's what I said in the video. I was like, well, I'll wish you luck. Hey, you see the hawk? There's the hawk again. Rather than wishing you failure, I wish you luck, buddy. Meaning I'm not coming from a sour place where I'm going to be like, I told you so and you're an idiot. Good luck, bro. Do whatever you got to do. I'm over it. I'm over it. All right, going back to it. Where were we? All kinds of phenomenon. Things come and go, and we don't pay much attention. Dramas and concerns of last year, now at least half forgotten. Very likely they have much lost their charge. Now we may be in a new drama or crisis, one of kindness of the universe that all things pass. Even the worst sickness pass. People either get well or eventually die. Conflicts pass. Soap operas have old scripts that give way to new scripts. Seasons pass and give birth to new seasons. That's what I told him. I was like, good luck on your new journey, on our new journey, right? Something like that. Like, as the wheel turns, he's going to go back and do what he always does. I'm going to go forward and do what I do. That's what we're going to do. I'm not going to be mad at him because he's going his direction and I'm doing mine. I'm no longer mad at people for not going anywhere in their lives. I just keep going. Storms pass. Behind the clouds and turbulence, the sun is always shining, just like our smiling heart. If we are unable to find self-love at this time, we have remember that we are not only dwelling in temporary emotional clouds. We have not yet propelled ourselves into the higher altitude where the sun is always shining. If melancholy still plagues us, it's only temporary, and it's an emotional overlay from the past experiences and from the ambient atmosphere. When we go deeper, we dive into our true heart, not just our physical heart, but our energetic heart center. This is the transformer, where earth and sky meet within. Here, the feminine earth energy meets the masculine sky energy, integrating us. And that's it. You know what I mean? Earth and air. Shut up. Fire and water. Our grounding to sacred earth and our connection to divine sky circulates in us like a figure 8. This energy mixes and transmutes in the sacred of our heart center, which balances and opens us. Now I want to stop right there. It's a lot about melancholy and you're going through a lot of heartbreak. Well, yeah, your heart gets broken open. Right? And that goes back to, the healing. This is part of the healing. You have to go through the pain of the healing, bro. It hurts to heal. When our heart truly opens, we feel a force of energy, that energy physically. Many of us have had peaks into our heart, where we had moments or times we felt our heart open. It can be blissful and ecstatic. The power of love is the greatest force in the world, and it's truly glorious. That's what happened with these men. My heart just opened for them, and I couldn't even understand why I felt such ways. And I followed that feeling to the very end, where there was nowhere further I could go with this feeling. Down to Bobby, there's no more I can love you. This is the end. There was always an end of where you go with these feelings. And they lead you right back to the beginning. Longing in us for love in the universal and timeless. Even the coldest, most blocked heart can have secret longing to open up and be immersed in the flow, in the love of flow. In the love flow. And that's it. Going back to me shut off and people like Marshall. It's like it's going to take us a long time to heal this so that we can feel love again. We have to feel all the loveless situations before we can feel the loving situations. Love spontaneously wishes to help and share. Its nature is to spill out generously benefit and blessings to all. As it overflows, it always replenishes from the earth beneath our feet and the sky in the divine spiritual connection. I'm seeing Jesus. He's showing me. He gave all of his love, but when he didn't have more, when he was exhausted, he went back to God for more love. Into the woods, into the quiet space, back to the earth, the hermit. We come out just to give God's love, to show God's compassion, to have understanding, to have an experience. But again, when we go out, it's draining to us. So we must come back to God so he can refill us, so we can give more. So we can be, again, more Jesus. That's what he's showing me. Even him, at the end of the day, fuck, that was a day. You made me walk like fucking 50 miles and talk to a bunch of bullshit-ass people. They're all hungry and fucking dying. They have no faith in you, God. They have no fucking, they're all sick. Some of them smell. They have nothing to eat. We're going to do this again tomorrow, God? I'm just going to go rest in the woods. Are you okay? Yeah, I just need to go sit with God. Oh my God, what the fuck? He doesn't talk to God like I do, but in the sense of, that's what he wants us to do, is spread his love while we're out there. And then we're met with hate, and we got to come back and get more love from God. You're not meeting us with love. You're meeting us with hate and needs and wants and fucking fears and fucking anxieties and pains and suffering. That's what we're here for. God made us. Go out there and take their pains, take their woes, spread my word. All right, but fuck, that's just heavy duty. Okay, well, come back when you can't take no more. I'll come love you. I'll love you through this. Oh my God, you're hurting my chakras. All right, when our cup feels completely empty, we can be sure it is about to be refilled. What ignites our hearts? We all know that what hurts and breaks our hearts. We all have lived through a number of heartbreaks and betrayals. To ignite a heart, one must be patient for old constricting patterns to be loosened and untied. Meaning, why can't you find love? Because you're not open to it. You're not open to receiving it. You've shut yourself off to it with your own little fucking I would nevers. I would never date a guy like that. That guy would love the shit out of you if you could break your ego a little bit and don't be so fucking high and mighty. I would never live with a guy like that. Really? Because that guy lives really good. And he would love the shit out of you if you didn't act like that. And that's really it. These guys and these girls want to love the shit out of you. But you won't give them a chance because you won't give yourself a chance because somebody else rejected you. So you feel like everybody else is going to reject you, or you reject the idea before it becomes rejection. You walk in this rejection. I would never date that. Dude, I've never been with a black guy. They say once you go black, you never go back. Seriously. In the sense of, did I? And then I had this conversation with my mom. I was like, does that mean I'm racist because I've never been with a black guy? Not really. I've never really been attracted to a black guy. In the sense of, I've never had an emotional attachment with a black guy because we know it's not a physical attraction. And your skin don't mean shit because you be looking stupid as fuck out here.
It's not racism, you just have a preference.
Preference? Do I have a preference? No, I have patterns. Do you have a preference? No, you have patterns. Because you can find another person that doesn't fit your pattern absolutely beautiful. But you're drawn to the typical pattern, the typical type. You have a type, which is a pattern. You can break that pattern and be brave and date other type of people and have different adventures. You can try, oh, gross. I saw the Knight of Wands. You're such a fucking Knight of Wands. So I just want to every girl in the world. They all taste the same, bro. Taste the rainbow. Go for it. But you have a pattern, and you're bringing in the same type of girl, even though they're all over the world. They're the same girl all over the world. Same type of energy. Why? They're your energy, dickhead. They just want to fuck every girl in the world, too. They bought into your bullshit. They want a piece of dick is just as bad. Nobody you're dating, Oscar, wants a relationship. Want an adventure, just like you. And then I'm like, where's the mirror in that? I'm very adventurous, but I guess that's where I can see myself in you, because that's where it all starts. You put up these walls. No, I'm not looking for anything serious. I just want friends with benefits. It's a lie. I lied. I lied. As it overflows, you will replenish, blah, blah, blah. Ignite your hearts, number of heartbreaks. Oh, yeah, constricting patterns to be loosened and unified. We may need to forgive past offenses and let them go for the sake of healing our own hearts. All right. The portal of meditation helps us to access our real self, diving deeper into ourselves and soaring above the emotional storm clouds and overlays takes us closer to our real self. Meditation accesses these places, but it's different and unique for each one of us. In the beginning, I couldn't stay still and meditate. They didn't. I mean, they would. They'd shut my brain down. I mean, my brain would finally shut off and I'd just sit there, duh. But in the beginning, no, I did hiking. I did a lot of activities was meditational. Driving is my favorite, dude. Zone out. That was my first meditation. Let's go for a ride. And then I can just think outside of the box. I can think about all kinds of things come to my mind when I get in that car and go for a ride. That's meditation, bro. It's fucking soothing to me. You guys hate to go for, and that's, oh my God, Becky. Let's talk about Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton. I left you out of that conversation when I was like, if you're a singer, then sing. You can sing all the time, right? Be a singer. Lewis Hamilton tells you he's a driver. He's a championship driver, but he don't drive all the time. He only likes to drive fast.
Yeah, he has people tow his cars when he gets rewarded them.
Ah! You fucker. My daughter even got some dirt on your dirty ass. Going back to it is, you're not a driver if you don't drive all the time. You're not a singer or a rapper if you don't rap all the time. Nat, don't do this. Get over here. You're going to knock down my little makeshift little shit. Go over there. Go over there with that shit. Anyways, going back to it, it's like, you're not really something if you can't be that something all the time. If you're only that something some of the time and you need collective and you need, I'm seeing Beyonce with all... Hey, dude, is that the hawk on top of the freaking... It is. It's sitting right there. Look, Mill. It's right in front of us, sitting on top of the building. Look. That's funny. They watch us like hawks. The spirit. That goes back to the spirits. They're watching me. They're watching you. They make themselves more visible to me than they do to you. That's all that means. I try to see that you're being watched by the hawks. Going back to, everybody does meditation different. In the beginning, it might be your gym, your yoga, your, dance. Millia meditates all damn day. Just listen. She's in a whole fucking trance dance situation, dude. I don't even know what type of music. But the way her body is flowing and the way that this shit is coming out. And then what does she use that energy for? She puts it into these amazing creations of art. She makes these miniature cartoons. I know there's a better word for this. She makes these, she draws a character out of nothing. She comes up with a little form of a being. Yesterday it was a calf. It was a calf. So it was like a cow, but she didn't put wings on it. But it was all mystical and shit. She makes, she spends all morning, doing what makes her feel good. And then in the afternoon she creates stuff. She'll have this vision. So she creates a little person. She puts all this great detail on it, right? Then she puts a background on it. And then she makes it so this person can move. Here's the one she created yesterday.
She's a cat. She's a Yoki cow.
She's just a calf. You see her? I was looking at her hooves. I was like, whoa, what is that? It's a calf. She created this just out of her fucking imagination. And then she puts, she created the little being. I watched her do it from
single part of her body up.
Yeah, she creates it piece by piece, and then she puts a background, and then she'll make it so that it moves, and then she'll put a song on it, and she'll upload it. And she created a whole fucking little scene that she saw in her head. She's unbelievably creative. What do I do while I'm sitting here? I come back with fucking messages and ideas and everything from, God for everybody else, for collective. And myself, too, when it's necessary. Pretty much my job is just to stay still until they tell me to go somewhere. I don't need to be out creating. I create with my mouth and with my visions. Dude, that hawk is so big and just totally just staring at us. She was flying above us just a bit ago. But going back to it, your meditation is anything that you enjoy to do. Some guys, I'm seeing Russ play basketball. That's good for his soul. He starts working his chakras. He starts breathing. He starts getting out of his thoughts. He starts moving his body, and other stuff can start coming into him. That's good for him. They're showing me that. Some of you, a lot of it needs to be outside. Be connected with, reconnect yourself. You know what I mean? So, meditation accesses these places, but is different and unique for each and one of us. One person may sit on a cushion silently with their eyes closed. I don't close my eyes. Well, the sun was blinding me. Someone else might like chanting mantras or doing visualization exercises. Meaning, you know, you like, that's why I put cards and stuff. You like to look at stuff and you can stare at art and shit like that. Some of them like, you know, singing. You know, just singing. I sing anybody's songs and that's chanting. I do a lot of dancing. I sit still here and I put on music and I start dancing in my chair to the music. Watching our breath is another route to finding a smiling heart. Meditation, enthralling in a wonderful music is another. And that's it. I teach music activation. Walking and blending into nature's beauty, sounds, and aromas is another. Putting yourself out in nature, and that's another one. I stay grounded. I have to use all grounding techniques because I'm in all energies at all times. Swimming underwater in our imagination with the dolphins or resting peacefully in a loving embrace can form meditation that relaxes us and open our hearts. Meaning I've got to take myself to a better place. It's just literally, it's doctors like, okay, I don't know what's going on right now. Let me sit down. Let me talk to God. Dude, that hawk, she went flying right in front of us and landed in the tree. That's amazing. Meaning, let me pray on this. I don't know, but God knows. Let me sit here and this out. Let the Spirit show me what I'm not seeing. That's it. It's like, you know, that's pretty much what you're doing in meditation. God, show me what you want me to see. And then he'll spend all day showing me a bunch of shit I don't know. And you wasted my whole day. No, he didn't. He filled me with all kinds of shit. The universe, it's already inside of me. I'm just accessing it. What's inside of me, to be honest. The doorway to our inner heart is immeasurable. That which takes us out of thought, worry, judgment, and mistrust and takes us closer to our hearts. We can breathe out the tension, clear ourselves, and abide in a quiet inner place. And that's where I was making fun of these tarot readers. You think they meditate? You think they sit down? No way, bro. They're all over their phones or the fucking refrigerator. Here we come closer to finding our self-love that is hidden treasure beneath the stormy weather. The spaces between thought are the passkeys to the places where we find our self-esteem, awareness, inner peace, and smiling heart. As we learn to extend these periods of time between thought, we will begin to abide in a place in our heart where we don't need to reject anything and follow after anything. Meaning it just flows. It's not a no and it's not a go. You just kind of go with it. Ultimate possibilities, ultimate realities, ultimate, you know, you just let things flow. We are simply abiding in the peaceful, expansive clarity where we find our intuitive awareness and deepest compassion on page 269. And that's where it stops. So, your heart is being open. Are we still there? Yeah. But underneath it is a smiling heart. Underneath your broken heart is a real happy heart under there. And I'm seeing, have you guys seen Moana? That's what this whole story is about, showing me. We're going to put the gold back in your heart. That's what happened. It's a crazy story about this fucking this entity that turns dark because her heart was ripped out. And all you gotta do is put it back. And then at the very end she says, remember who you are. And that's what we're going to do, is we're going to remember. It's coming right at me. Oh my gosh, it won't stop flying right above us. Nana's even looking at it. Wow, this hawk. Maybe it's gonna drop me a feather. Anyways, we're gonna go on with our life. Again, I gotta do some laundry, take some showers, feed the kids, move on with a regular day's life, and try to take on any other extras that he puts upon us. But what's happening right now is the awakening is upon you. And that's where I come in, is to help you through all your heartbreak, so that you can let it be free. And it does it to me too, and I show you how it works and what it looks like. A good example is yesterday. I show you how the ego breaks and how you go into this fight mode, and you know, the refusal, and how you use your spirit to walk yourself through these initiations into trust and faith, and taking this adventure and this journey. You know what I mean? Jesus had to take it. He had to take it in. Moses had to take it. We all had to take it in, bro. That God is talking to us, and he really wants something of us that's bigger than I think I'm capable of. And he's asking me to leave everything behind to do this. He's asking you to walk in Christ's steps, bro. He's asking you to become Christ-like. And in order to do that, he's asking you to take the journey with him. You're not probably going to end up where I did. He's got a different journey for you, but all journeys end up home. When you start getting on that journey, you'll be on my levels. Not the hurting levels, but the higher vibrational levels of where we're going. We're being drawn to the same places now. Our spirits, we're finally gravitating towards each other. Because, you know, you're following your spirit, my spirit, we're all led to the same place. This hawk, dude, Nana's just watching it fly back and forth. It's so pretty. It just keeps landing. It's not going anywhere. If it comes closer, I'm gonna do it. I can't. She just keeps flying from that hotel to the tree. Isn't it amazing? I usually don't show people where I am because, you know, all you stalkers and shit, but you're being watched by the hawks. I really don't have any worry. They're watching you like a hawk more than me. Why? Because we're all that important. And our enemies are just, they're not. They're hurt children that are trying to that are trying to do the sideways work to get where we're going. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to take this journey, dude. There's no easy way. I didn't just wake up blessed, bro. I went through fucking poverty for fucking years before I had some money in my pocket. Only to sit here and just not let it burn a hole. It doesn't change me. And not having the money in my pocket made me better. Having money in my pocket doesn't make me better, it just makes me feel safer. That's all. You guys need to learn that. You really do. You know, this journey is going to take off everything that made you and show you your true power. I don't have to have money to be powerful. I don't need a pack of cards. I don't need a big house. I don't need a man. I don't need anything of this world to make me. I'm already made. I'm a self-made millionaire. I was made like this by God. And He made you the same way with all glory and greatness, but you need to find out what He made you of, and you can't really know what you're made of until He pushes you to those limits. It's coming again, Friday, and this is a big one. With the eclipse and everything, dude, it's like you're going to jump into a big one, and so am I. I can't jump until He says, and that's what they're telling me, the weather's not right. That's the only thing holding me back, is the weather at this point. The car can be done by this weekend. It should be. There's no reason it won't be. What's He asking you to let go of by this weekend and get ready to take on? And maybe you really want to take me on. You want to take on the fucking adventure with me. Alright. You know did God tell you where to go in Seattle? Probably a national park is always where He takes me. Tribal lands and shit. I haven't even looked yet. Again, He'll tell me. He doesn't even tell me how to get there. And again, if He's pushing down fucking cold weather from the north, we're not going north. Why are we going to drive into a fucking storm? We wait. We wait until God opens the gate. But get ready, because it's coming for sure. That full moon and that eclipse is going to open up fucking doorways to a new life. But you've got to fucking be ready to walk through, dude. Grab your bags, bro. You don't need money to make you, bro. God's got you. And that's what this journey shows you, bro. It's the truth. Everybody can see it, dude. He took me everywhere with no money in my pocket. You don't need money to have God. God's got you. And He'll get you money along the way. Right? Hey, I love you. I'll catch you soon. Laters, haters.